Speaking of great bits, look, today it's a bittersweet. It's
sad day.
Yeah, Patrice O'Neill, not just a friend of the comedy community, a friend of mine.
Yeah.
Boston comic, surly, funny,
smart.
Tough crowd. Me and him just love to bang heads on the racial issue.
You guys were great together.
And we never had a problem with it after. We would literally go out to eat after we battled, whatever we were talking about.
Of course not, because you were two smart guys who got it.
Well, exactly. Yeah. And I went to Montreal with him a couple of years ago. I'm hosting the Nasty Show, and we drove in his truck.
It's fun. You drove to Montreal?
In his truck.
Patrice's truck.
First
of all, talk about a reality show. Where's the camera for that?
And it was as funny as you would have thought.
Of course.
Oh my God, we're not even off the Jersey Turnpike, and we're starting with white people this and that, and ding.
I'm laughing just thinking about it.
Oh my God! And
it was just you and him?
No, and a couple other comics. I can't remember who it was. And we get to we're going back hours on end, but he's making me laugh so hard I'm crying.
Oh, he was funny.
Just cut to the bone, but he's that Boston, that grouchy Boston. He still had that New England.
He was from Roxbury section
of
of Boston, which is where the great Bobby Brown is from.
That's right.
Tough area. Grew up in the Badlands and lived in Jersey City, which is right next to where I live.
Yeah. What's that tell you? Chooses Jersey City out of all the...
Jersey City's been yuppified a little bit.
Has it really?
Yeah.
Well, when I was looking for apartments, I banged a Huey. I looked at one of them and went, what?
Well, there's like 2 blocks in Jersey City where the yuppies took over, but you make one wrong turn and it's like, well, that's it. Let me just get the will out.
That's my apartment.
Make sure it's in order.
I literally banged the Huey, came back.
But Patrice, I wasn't as close to Patrice as Nick was, but I worked with him at Caroline's and Gotham a couple of times, and I can remember sitting in the green room with him, and just like Nick said, just his honesty about everything from race to politics to women, and just a guy you could go back and forth with. And I remember really laughing till I cried talking to Patrice, and I became friendly with him through that. And at the Comedy Cellar, I'd see him at the table every once in a while.
He would. We went up to Montreal in that truck, and we had to go through customs.
Right.
So you have to pull over and get out of your truck and go into a building, and it's me, and I still don't remember who the other comics were, but we were all white. Patrice was the only black guy. And they take all our passports and stuff, and then they go, the lady's like, no, one of you has a record or something. And of course, all 4 of us look at Patrice, and he's like, what you MF is looking at? And the lady behind the counter is trying not to laugh, And I don't know what, to this day, I don't know what was in his whatever.
And just to prove that stereotypes aren't true at all, the other comic was me, and I was the one with the record. But,
so we get back, I'm busting his chops because I'm really the headliner, because when you host the Nasty Show, your name is on the marquee.
Right.
You're the one that's selling tickets.
Schimmel hosted it when I did it.
And Bobby Slayton was the mayor of it.
Right.
But because Patrice is arguing with me, because he goes on last every night.
Yeah.
And on the way up, he's saying, man, well, if that's the way you see it, man, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, what do you mean the way I see it? That's how it is, man. Don't tell me I'm the headliner. And we get up there, and I, do my shtick up front. And then he goes on last after a killer show, and just
destroys.
Just takes it to a different level, He just comes back with brushes by me. But he was for those of you who don't know, he was a big guy, about 350 pounds, and but spoke about women like he was like a young Blair Underwood. Oh my God!
That's why I loved him. That's why he was he wasn't self-deprecating with him.
No.
He wasn't one of those fat guys where I feel sorry for me.
No.
He talked about broads like it was like,
We had the same, dare I say, sexist take on women.
Right.
We really did. We were like kids.
Which is another word for honest, by the way.
Yeah, thank you. We were kindred spirits, me and Patrice, in that way. But the moments on Tough Crowd we had, he always used to put his hand on me.
I loved it.
He put his big black hand on my shoulder. That's all you could see while I'm trying to do my rant. And I remember looking at his hand. I go, man, I feel like Fay Ray right now. And he laughed so hard he cried. You know what I'm saying? And then he comes up. I had cookouts. I had comedians come up to my house.
Comedy cookout. I've been to one of those.
He comes up the first one, and he right away starts on me. Hot dogs and hamburger, that white crap. Man, go get some steaks. He sounds like Voss to the supermarket. They got like $200 worth of
Rich
steaks.
Voss.
And doesn't even eat them. And then the following year, he comes up, and he's got $300 worth of Chinese food. And I go, you making a statement about my cooking last year? He took over the grill, by the way.
Yeah.
But I said, he goes, no, man, I got to eat healthy. And I'm thinking I'm going to open and see, like, vegetables and,
Right.
Snow peas. And, of course, I open it's like some gum shrimp and all this stuff.
Like grilled chicken at a Chinese restaurant, people think it's healthy. It's smothered in orange sauce that makes it 18,000 calories.
He just...
But I mean, again, this is how honest he was and great, especially about race. Tell him what he said to you.
I had a little pilot for VH1, another one that went in the toilet. I'm hosting some show. We watch clips and make cracks about it. Patrice, I requested him as the first guy I wanted on the show. But he had a doctor's appointment, so he gets to the thing a little late to my place. And so I say to him, I go, so how'd the doctor's appointment go? And he goes, man, I get 7 out of the 10 things that kill ends. And I mean, is that not just, and I'm wiping my eyes trying not to laugh because it's like, and